Hello everyone, Katarina here. Welcome to my last Christmas card for this year. I made a card where I drew a simple woolly hat. I've been making this type of cards for a few years now. All you need for these cards is a pen and a blank card. I like to use a white gel pen and a card made out of a craft cardstock, but you can also use a white card and a black pen, or other colors, whatever you have access to. As I said, I'm gonna first show you how I drew the hat. If you are confident enough, you can directly draw onto your card, but I prefer to create a sketch on a blank paper and then transfer it onto my cardstock. For the sketch, you need a pencil and a blank paper, printer paper is fine, and an eraser, which I will be using a lot. The hat has three sections. First one is this folded part at the bottom, which you can start drawing as a rectangle. Then you have the top part of the hat, which is in the shape of a half oval, and then the pom-pom at the top, which is a circle. Here I drew the basic shape and a rectangle, oval and a circle, and from this point I started adjusting the shape. I started with the bottom part where I rounded the edges and made the lines more wavy so it looks more natural. And I did the same for the top of the hat, the oval shape. I've been erasing a lot, changing the shape a bit. This is why I love to sketch first, because I'm not really good when it comes to drawing. What I mean, it's not natural to me. I never take a pen and a paper and start doodling, for example. But I discovered drawing simple shapes is not that difficult, especially if you sketch first onto a separate piece of paper where you can erase and adjust and then transfer the result onto the final paper. Yes, this is an extra step, but for me it's worth doing, but it is optional, you can draw directly onto your card base. I also used a sketch for the extra stuff that I want to add to the hat. I wanted this hat to be super simple, and for the details I decided to only draw stripes. I saw it somewhere and I liked it. But you can draw all kinds of patterns, that is completely up to you. For the pom-pom, I first thought I will do something more detailed, but when I was looking up hat drawings online, I saw one with just these zigzag scribbles, and I decided to do that as well because it's simple. I will also draw the circle, the outline of the pom-pom in a zigzag way, but when I will be transferring, I will just transfer the circle as a smooth outline and then do the zigzag with my white gel pen. I thought I was done with the sketch, but then I realized it's a little bit too big for the card. I wanted to add my greeting below it and I needed more space. So I had to erase again and make additional changes. This was not a problem, but it would have been better if I thought of the greeting before I started sketching. The sketch is finished, now I can transfer it onto my card. All you need to do is to scribble the lead of the pencil on the back of the sketch. My surface was a bit rough and I was not getting a smooth application, so I used a notebook below my paper for a better application. Next, I placed the paper with the sketch on top of my card base. I placed it so I have enough space for the greeting below it, and I also secured it with a washi so it doesn't move. And now all you need to do is trace the line of the sketch. I only trace the main outline, not the details, and because I applied the lead of the pencil on the back, this transfers the sketch onto my card. Here you can see the transferred image. It transferred very nicely. It is light, but that's perfect. Actually, for me, it wasn't light enough, so I used eraser and lightened the lines a bit. Once I was happy with the image, I took my gel pen and I started tracing the lines. I'm using the Jerry roll pens. I got the pack with 3 and this one is in the size 10. So slightly thicker, but as I was tracing the lines, I was still making the lines more wider. So it doesn't really matter what the size pen is. I will speed up the video a bit and play some music so you can see the whole drawing, and I will be back once I'm done. But if you have any questions, just ask in the comments. And give this video a like if you like the idea. The drawing of the hat is almost finished. After I was done drawing the stripes, I liked it, but I thought it's missing something. It felt a little bit empty, so I decided to fill in the stripes. Since I was using a gel pen, I could not do a full color like you would with a paint. I just scribbled the ink and filled each stripe this way. And I also scribbled a few additional zigzag stripes on top of the pom-pom. I was planning to maybe try a second coat to fill up the stripes even more, but I first let it dry. And in the meantime, I worked on the greeting. I wanted the greeting say winter wishes, but my handwriting is not the best, so I had the idea to print out a word using a nice font and try the transfer technique. I only printed the word winter in 2 types of fonts, and I used the bottom one. I repeated the process by scribbling the lead of the pencil on the back, and then I traced the lines on top of my card. At this point, you do not need to do the thick and thin lines. The word is transferred. It is not as visible on the camera, but for me it was okay. I used my gel pen and I went over the lines, and then I did the faux calligraphy technique, where you make the downward strokes thicker. Or at least I tried to do that. It could be better. And then below it, I wrote the word wishes. This I wrote myself in capital letters. As I mentioned, I wanted to add second coat over the stripes using the gel pen, but then I found this marker and I applied it over the stripes. This was just much simpler, and it also smoothened the lines of the gel pen. I got this pen in Lidl. I think it's one of these acrylic markers. I was pretty much finished at this point. I was gonna suggest an option of adding snow over the background, just simple dots, but I wanted to keep it clean and simple. However, as I was playing with the marker and as I was shaking it to get it going, I shook it too much and got some splatter on the card. I guess I'm continuing the theme from the last card, where I also had a mistake that I camouflaged with splatter. Here I just added dots. This marker is perfect for that, but you can do that with the gel pen as well. And I'm really happy I did this. It just gives the card something extra. So the card is finished. I'm very happy how it turned out. As I said, this is my last new card for this year. I might make a bonus card video, and then I'm done for the year. If you like this card idea and would like to see more similar cards, check out this video where I have 3 Christmas card ideas where you only need a pen and a blank card. So that's all for this video. Merry Christmas to all of you, and I will be back with a new video in the new year.